Hello everyone, Tyrone here from Type Fitness Solutions. Now today I want to talk to you about fat loss and how to shift fat loss and continually make results with your fat loss. Basically what the importance of maintenance phase is and why stagnating results can be very, very important, and how and why yo-yo dieting affects your actual long-term results to losing fat, okay? So basically what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what homeostasis is. Now homeostasis is basically a regulatory function of organisms to keep your body functioning in a certain way. The same pattern continually over and over again, repeating the functions and keeping you in the same way when we're talking biomechanically with the body and organisms and things like that, right? So homeostasis is where your body is basically set and comfortable at and repeating just rolling the wheels in motion, okay? And this is what happens when you're overweight, okay? You've set your point and where you've trained your body, you've trained and set your homeostasis point to be at, okay? So homeostasis set point is where you're overweight, okay? Now to basically create a fat loss result is we need to create disruption to that homeostasis set point, which is going to introduce nutrition and training and things like that. Once we create a disruption, it's going to equal shifting that set point of homeostasis, which is going to create a fat loss result, okay? So this is where undulating your nutrition, you've got to disrupt this current set point, all right, to create a shifting in the set point, which is going to create fat loss, okay? When you get your fat loss, okay, it's going to be a linear progression for fat loss. Most of the time, a continued result you're going to get for 12 to 15 weeks. So when you're overweight, okay, and it equals current homeostasis set point, when you create a disruption to that set point, you're going to get a shifting in the set point, which is going to create fat loss, okay? You're going to manipulate training and nutrition to go from here to here, which is going to give you fat loss, okay? Then in that time, you're going to get a linear fat loss progression and continued result for 12 to 15 weeks, okay? For 12 to 15 weeks, you're going to get a rough fat loss result, okay? Now, shifting the set point is going to equal to continued result, okay? You've got to keep that disruption, shifting set point, keep that disruption in a shifting set point for 12 to 15 weeks, okay? Which is going to give you a fat loss result. Okay, you're roughly going to lose probably, let's go anywhere between 8 and 12% body fat, depending on how compliant you are, depending where your hormones basically set, and depending how much body fat that you've got to lose, okay? So let's say we're starting at 30% body fat, okay? Over here, we disrupt the homeostasis set point by introducing training and nutrition. We create a disruption, shifting the set point, which is going to create fat loss. We're going to get linear progression in the fat loss, which is mean continued fat loss week after week after week. We're going to get a continued result for 12 to 15 weeks. Okay, you've gone from 20% to 30% in 12 weeks, 15 weeks, okay, in between there. All right, this is when you're most anabolic depending on the current body fat that you're at. Okay, the leaner you are, the more anabolic you will be. Anabolic is the set point of basically being able to produce more hormones better. Okay, the leaner you are, the better you can control hormones, the better you produce hormones, things like that. This is where your new homeostasis set point wants to be, which is going to equal a maintenance phase. Maintenance phase is going to create an undulation of fat loss, which means fat loss is going to go up and down between 1 and 2% for 6 to 12 weeks. This is normal. This is what you want. Your body cannot continually lose fat, lose fat, lose fat, lose fat, lose fat, lose fat. There has to be a point in time when your body slows down, it catches up to where you've told it to be and set a new homeostasis set point. This is where your body is actually going to be more anabolic. Time after time, you're going to basically create more energy, which is going to help you produce hormones. So from here, overweight is a homeostasis set point. We've created disruption by that by introducing training and nutrition strategies. We've created shifting in the set point. We've got fat loss. Fat loss is we've got a linear progression, so we're continually losing fat week after week for 12 to 15 weeks. Continual result, 12 to 15 weeks. And this is when you're going to be most anabolic, okay? Now, this is the most important part. This is where we're basically going to get decreased training a little bit, or change the intensity of the training. We're going to increase nutrition. We're basically going to put in more carbohydrates because you're more insulin sensitive by now. We're going to put in some more free meals and cheat meals, things like that, if you want to call them. We're going to be a little bit relaxed with your nutrition for 6 to 12 weeks, okay? As long as your body fat doesn't go up or down more than 1 or 2%, okay? We don't really want it to go down anymore. We want it to stay between increasing 1 or 2%. All right, now I'll explain why that's so important in a minute. Because if you keep pushing and pushing and pushing, you don't have a maintenance phase, your body doesn't know where to regulate the new homeostasis set point. So if you don't regulate a new homeostasis set point, it's so much easier for the body to rebound back up here, if not worse. So this is very, very important to long-term fat loss, okay? Maintenance phase, undulation of fat loss. The fat loss is going to go up and down between 1 and 2%. So if you've gone from 30 to 20%, you might go between 19 and 21, 19, 21, week after week for 6 to 12 weeks, depending with your male or female. By that time, your body has now regulated, oh, that's where you want me to be. It's going to shift this wheel's in motion. You're going to set the new homeostasis set point, and it's going to create it at 20%. Okay? Then you can create another disruption equals shifting the new set point to create another fat loss goal. And then you will do another 12 to 15 week fat loss phase. Okay? If you were trying to go from 20 to 10% body fat. Okay? So running through the most important parts. This is why so many people have undulation or they rebound with their diet, okay, or their nutrition, they get lean and they get fat again, is because they do this with their 10 to 12 week challenges, all right, okay, but then they don't know how to maintain. If they're not moving forward, they figure I suck, I'm moving backwards, so I'm just going to slip up, and then your body doesn't know how to regulate here, okay, so it shifts back to this point, okay. So this is why I was like, you need to have a commitment of 12 to 15 weeks. Now, after that 12 to 15 weeks, you need to have another 6 to 12 weeks commitment to basically set that new point of the fat loss and all the hard work that you've done here. You need to basically maintain that phase. You need to maintain that result so you can set a new homeostasis point so your body knows where to sit at effortlessly, okay? This is the point here, the maintenance phase, where we're going to decrease training, volume or intensity, okay? We're going to increase food, increase carbohydrates, increase calories, things like that. Maybe put in some, bad foods and stuff like that here and there. Help regulate the body and how it controls fat, as long as we don't move between 1 and 2%, okay? That's fine, all right? Then body's going to be ready to have a new goal here. So from this point to this point, there has to be some undulation in calorie control, okay? There has to be some, but you can't keep going weight decreasing calories. Otherwise you end up with nothing. All right? This is where the body starts holding fat. So you have to have a phase of maintenance where you basically hold on to everything and rebuild your metabolism without putting on fat. And it takes 6 to 12 weeks. You can't do it overnight. Okay? Maintain for 6 to 12 weeks, then a new homeostasis point is set. We can create a disruption like we did up here through training and nutrition. Now you're more advanced now. You're more advanced with your training. You're more advanced with your nutrition because you just spent 6 months training and eating effectively. So now you can take the next step in your training and nutrition. You can train more intensity, you can train more volume, you can be more frequent with your nutrition because you know what you need to do to get results. So take this into point. 10 to 12 week challenges are not going to give you long-term results. Okay? Because why? How long from here to maintenance phase? 12 to 15 weeks here, then 6 to 12 weeks here. We're roughly about 6 months already. So it's going to take you 6 months just to maintain the results that you've lost if you want to keep them. Then you might repeat that phase again to go from 20 to 10. So you're looking at a good 12 months. So when you start putting 8, 10, 15 weeks on a fat loss goal for the rest of your life, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Like I've even seen things like as crazy as 2-week challenges now. Like, fuck's sake. Like, what do you expect? Okay, you've spent years putting your body here to create this. You're getting a good result in 12 to 15 weeks, right? Create a linear fat loss, continue result, 12 to 15 weeks. We've lost 10% body fat, great. Most anabolic, depending on your body fat here. This is the time that we're going to basically put on some lean muscle mass and keep your body more anabolic, start giving more energy to create more hormones to keep the result that you've achieved. New homeostasis set point, maintenance phase. Undulation of fat loss between increasing nutrition, decreasing training volume for 6 to 12 weeks, as long as we don't put on more than 1 or 2% body fat. Then we've got a new maintenance phase to work from. Disruption equals shifting new set point. Okay? Now I'll run through it one more time. Overweight equals a homeostasis set point. We need to create a disruption to that set point, which is going to shift the set point, which is going to give us fat loss. In linear fat loss, linear progression of fat loss, we're going to get a continued result for 12 to 15 weeks. After that 12 to 15 weeks, we're going to be most anabolic depending on body fat. This is the new homeostasis point. We need to maintain that new homeostasis set point. Undulation of fat loss between 1 and 2% body fat for 6 to 12 weeks, depending on your male and female and how lean you are. Then you can create a new disruption and shifting new fat loss point. So if you're trying to go from 30 to 30% body fat to 10% body fat in this time, you're doing it the wrong way and you're not going to be able to maintain it because it's going to be too fast. Okay? I hope that helps. My name's Tyrone Jensen from Tight Fitness Solutions. Fit, healthy and strong. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave some comments down below and I'll be happy to answer them for them. So I hope this helps. Have a look. Any questions, feel free to ask me. Happy days.